Okay, hi, I'm Pam Carter, Director of the Dawson Safe Haven Center, located here in our community of East Baltimore. I've been here 10 years. The program's been in existence 9 years. It's pretty much for inner city children in the neighborhood to come to the program after school for any type of educational assistance that they need and mentoring that they may need. It's been an excellent program, and it was even more highlighted this year when we met Mr. Rob, the music instructor, to come into the program, talk to the children, teach them about music. I've seen a lot of growth in the kids, a lot of excitement, a lot of confidence in the kids. It was something new to the program, and as a director, I was hoping, of course, that it would work out and the kids would keep the interest, and still up to the last day, they still have the interest.
Hello, my name is Rashid Smith. I'm the community coordinator here at the Dawson Safe Haven Center. Been here for the past 9.5 years, going on 10. This year, one of the programs that we offered to our kids was the music program. It was something different, but it was very much something that our kids could identify with because they're so in tune to music. You know, when we presented the idea to the kids that, you know, we're going to start this music group, everybody was extremely interested because their perspective on what they would learn from music was more so with how they identified with music. However, once they got into the program, you know, they was able to see the different variations of music and how it's created and how it's done. And I think that taking their interest level to a whole different perspective.
One young man used to play the little instruments at his church he would tell us about, and I believe Antoine became one of his star students to do the drums or the bongos and so forth like that. His parents even talk about how much he wants to do it even more so at his church and so forth. So it has been a very, very positive thing in the children's lives. It's taught them something that they've never been introduced to, many of them. They've learned how to play instruments. They learn better social skills in that music class with each other. They've gone out on field trips together to do things for the senior citizens and other places. They went to a recording studio a few months ago, and that was the highlight of their day, their week. We didn't even know we had one this close right here in Baltimore City that Mr. Rob took them to. And we try to teach the young kids to give back. So when they went out and did the music instruments and so forth at the senior citizen building for the seniors, that was something special, and that's a way of teaching young kids to give back to their community and not always expect to just get something in return at Christmas time or so forth like that.
Of course, with the Dawson Safe Haven Center, your school attendance is very much have to be intact in order to come here. And with including the music program, with your ability to get to school every day, we was able to see an increase with our kids' school attendance as well as their grades. Oftentimes our kids would come in and be on the borderline. We've had quite a few kids who've been on the borderline with making the honor roll, but as we incorporated the music program, we did see some of the kids cross over that borderline, and they were able to make the honor roll for the first time for some of them. So that was a big plus for a lot of our kids that we work with. Also, we've noticed with some of the kids how they would miss certain days throughout the week. Some of the kids, we knew what day they would miss throughout the week because the pattern was already established. However, once we set the scheduled days for the music program, we've noticed that those kids have been present every day for the program.
It's been great for us as a staff because this gives the staff time to concentrate on something else when they're in the music class with Mr. Rob. And I was very, very impressed that Mr. Rob could handle the class, the students. And you know how it is with young kids, sometimes you got to substitute, they think, and we don't have to be as attentive. Mr. Rob was on point. We never had to go in and ask him, was everything okay? He had complete control over the class, much respect from the kids. They loved him. They call his name as much as they call my name and my staff's name, who's been here for 9 years working with these children.
So, you know, the program is very much beneficial to the kids. The kids have all said great things. They were eager to show what they learned within the program, and they were able to see, you know, music from a different perspective. A lot of the kids, they were extremely excited of their progress. As soon as their class was over, they would run downstairs and say, hey, can you come see this or come see that? You know, and they also tried to sit in the other classes when the next group of kids had their turn to go. So, you know, with identifying and being able to explore their creativity within the music field, I think that's something that they would take with them for the rest of their lives, because their perspective of how music was created and what they hear on the radio every day, they were actually able to embark on that and see for themselves how it's really done. And that's something that you know, they can take with them for the rest of their lives. I think the program is very much beneficial to everyone who was in it, because we were able to see the progress from our kids from an educational standpoint, as well as from an individual standpoint of growing and improving within their confidence, their self-esteem, and just their ability to believe that they can do better with anything, you know, that they put their mind to. I very much believe that exposure to something different, you know, is needed, because you'd be surprised with what kids really grow with or find the strength with if they're not presented with the opportunity. So, you know, I definitely recommend this program. Beyond the Natural, I definitely recommend it to all the school settings or any after-school programs or summer camps, because, you know, seeing the progress that our students made from being in the program over this past year is a great improvement, and I definitely want to see, you know, that improvement grow on a very much larger scale. So overall, the program was great. I have been very much satisfied with the things that was done within the program, as well as, like I stated previously, the progress of the kids. So my recommendation for Beyond the Natural Music Group, I recommend it to anybody's program. Please try it out. Please put your kids in it and give them the opportunity to learn something differently, grow musically, as well as grow as an individual.
It's been a pleasure. I would love to see the program continue. I will be retiring next week, and whomever the new director comes in, Mr. Rob, is definitely on our list to keep this program going. As I said, hopefully some new kids will come in, and then a lot of our children do return. But it's a program that's much needed in this community, much needed all around Baltimore City. So I do hope that he's able to come back next year, and that funding is available for him to come and do things that he did with the children. I would recommend it to Baltimore City schools, truthfully Baltimore County schools, and all of the inner city programs that we have, that they can fit this music program into his program. It's definitely the top of the list. It gets a 10 for the highest rate that I would do it on a scale. That this was a very well put together program through Mr. Rob, and I'm so glad that my co-worker, Mr. Rashid Smith, talked to me about it, introduced me to Mr. Rob, and it was a fantastic program for the Dawson Center.